Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. 4th of July here in the United States, if anybody's celebrating that. I don't really have anything planned today. I don't even know if there's any celebrations around town. There may be some fireworks over across the creek tonight, but I'm just going to pretty much kick it today, take it easy, enjoy watermelon juice, and I don't know, just see where the day goes. I want to talk about how to control raw food diet detox today. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Very important. YouTube unsubscribes people. Controlling detox. When people come to this lifestyle, there's going to be some detox. I don't talk as much about detox because I think that whole subject's just so played out and it's so overdone and it's so exaggerated and so much. I don't know, I got kind of turned off by the constant detox talk. Everybody was always talking detox. You know, and everything was always, if there was any little bump in the road, oh, it must be detox. But there is detox that goes on when we, you know, you would think like all of a sudden, some people think when you come to a new lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle, you're coming for better health, so you're going to feel better. And some people can be surprised that you actually might feel a little bit worse before you feel better. You know, if you've been putting things that weren't really designed for your body for so many years, your body has kind of adapted to being, the body's an amazing mechanism. It's adapted to being able to somehow process these things that the body's not really ready for. And it can take a little bit for the body to readjust itself and get used to eating the things that we were meant to eat. And in switching over and in doing so, there can be some unpleasantness as we introduce the good stuff, and that good stuff starts to get the bad out of our body. Sometimes as that bad exits the body, it's not always that pleasant. So on the detox, and I think the detox is what does people in, and I think a lot of times it does people in because they're not ready for it. That's why I'm always saying, like, please be aware of your transition. Don't be a hero with your transition. Don't try to be like the one, oh, I can do it overnight. I can go all the way. I can handle this. Maybe you can, but there's no real reason to. And, you know, there's not any super rush if you don't have some sort of critical health issue that's pending right now that you're going to die from immediately. There's no rush. You just want to get there. So set yourself out a plan that will get you there. And you know, like I say, enough with the gimmicks and enough with I'm going to cold turkey it and white knuckle it and jump all in, and I'm going to jump in from a standard American diet into this 40-day fast and whatever, because you're going to feel some pain. Now you can control this pain. I would recommend everybody, because this is just kind of a great, a loose guideline to go to, is go into the pyramid to health. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is a photo I'm actually reading, or I'm kind of using as a reference, like an image that I had downloaded, a graphic that shows the pyramid of detox. I'm going to try to find this and link to it, but just try to find pyramid to health. Pyramid to health, and at the top you'll see dry fasting. And it goes all the way down, and this kind of, it's a good explanation as well as just telling you how to slow down this detox, because as you go higher up this pyramid, at the very top is going to be the most detoxifying part of it. So when you're dry fasting, you know, that is the most detoxifying, and you're going to feel that. Obviously nobody's ready for that, so I hope you're not even thinking about that. But it goes through the steps here, and once you kind of understand the process, then you can go back and forth and you can play with this detox, and it's not black and white, all or nothing. If you're doing something, let's say you're doing, you know, you're just new to this lifestyle, or maybe you are doing a proper detox, a specific detox for a period of time to clean some stuff out. always know that if it gets too much for you, you don't have to stop completely. You don't have to like stop the cleanse, the fast, the feast, or whatever. You can just pull back a little ways by adding something in, slow it down a little bit, and then, you know, when you're feeling a little bit better, speed it back up. Just think about it as easing off the accelerator in your car a little bit, or maybe even applying a little bit of brake. So the way it really moves up this pyramid, and as you go up, you will see more detox depending on how clean you are, where you are. The first step is removing all animal products and getting to 100% plant-based diet. The next step up the ladder, you introduce more raw foods, smoothies, juices, and germinated nuts, seeds, and sprouts. Next one up. And some of these, like, I'm not saying like this isn't like a Bible for me. Some of these I would say, okay, there's some other different ways I would view the steps or whatever, but these are all pretty good. Next one up, remove all vinegars, spices, coffee, cacao, seasonings, and supplements. All right, now you're getting serious. You're cutting a lot of the stuff out of there. Next one up, remove all cooked foods, 100% raw through increasing plant carbohydrates. Next step up, reduce whole food fats, nuts, and seeds. Next step up, you're just eating raw fruit, greens, and tender vegetables. Next step up from that is mono fruit and greens. Next step up from that is a juice cleanse, then a water fast, then a dry fast. So how's this practically applied? Let's say you are going on all fruit. That can be, you know, sometimes people will do it, they're not quite going to go to the, you know, juice fasting or water fasting, but just all fruit. And all fruit can be very detoxifying. Now for me, I've done this long enough to where if I'm just eating all fruit, I feel great. I'm buzzing. But I've been doing this for a while and I've been consistent with it. Although I don't do cleanses and fast, I don't go back and forth either. I've been eating very clean for the past 6 years. And I go through these periods, which is probably almost like a cleanse. I go through these uber clean periods where I don't eat any fat for, you know, maybe I eat fat 2 or 3 times in a month. I eat mostly all fruit. So I've done extreme periods like this, so I'm pretty clean. So when I go to that, if I eat all fruit, I'm just buzzing. There's no real detox. It's just that I'm like zinging too much. But I do use some of these techniques sometime when the zing becomes a little too much for me. But what you can do, say you're using all fruit, play with that. You can pull back if you get whatever level you're at. You can up your fat a little bit. If the detox becomes too much, you're eating all fruit. Well, first, before you even add the fat in there, you can add some greens in there. You can slow it down by, you know, adding some leafy greens, adding some spinach, some kale, some arugula, lettuce, whatever. I always feel like that brings that zing, even though it's high water content, it still brings the zing of the fruit down just a little bit. Now, probably more practical for most people that aren't tuned into the subtleties as much yet is a little bit of fat. A little bit of fat will always like help you with that detox just a little bit. You know, adding just a little bit in there. And what I'm saying too is don't go from one extreme to another. Don't go if you're doing some sort of a juice feast or a juice fast, or let's say you're eating all fruit. Let's say you're mono mealing or doing an island or whatever. Don't go from that totally over and, you know, like eat a lot of fat or completely switch up what you're doing, because that's most likely going to confuse your body and cause some digestive issues there. But it's just about, you know, like I say, putting on the brake just a little bit. You know, you see something coming up in the road. Let's say you see an obstacle, a wreck, a stoplight, whatever. You don't slam on your brakes unless something immediately happened and it's in front of you. You slow your brakes down. You slow them down and you see how much you need to slow them down. And when you get to an appropriate, whether you're stopping or you're slowing down, you get to that appropriate rate of speed, and then you can keep on going. And then you pick it back up. You can do the same thing with your detox. If the detox is becoming too much for you, add a little bit more solid food in there. Add some more vegetables. Add some more greens in there. Add some more fat in there. If you're starting, let's assume somebody's starting from the beginning and they're just trying to go from maybe they're just trying to go to the raw part of it. Even if you're doing something to cleanse, detox your body, don't even be too proud to go back and eat a little bit of cooked. Now, if this is the beginning, you're just getting started on this, nothing wrong with that either. If the detox of the fully raw is too intense for you, eat a potato. Eat a sweet potato, eat a steamed potato, eat some steamed vegetables. That will pull that detox back just a little bit. And don't think of it like, oh God, now I failed, I've fallen off the wagon. No, you've probably prevented yourself from having some sort of major freak out later on. As soon as you get comfortable again, you can dig right back in and you can like put the, you can speed up a little bit. And you can go back to your all fruit or whatever. In other words, all it has to be is just a little hiccup. You don't have to have these big, oh, I feel horrible, so now, boom, I got to completely change. No, it can be very subtle. Like I say, you're feeling a little too much more detox than's comfortable for you right now. Pull back a little bit more solid food, a little bit more fat. When you're feeling or depending on where you are in your journey, if you have to, eating a little bit of cooked food, take away a little bit of that detox. When you're feeling a little bit better, a little bit stronger, then you put on the gas again and you start, maybe you eat all all fruit again or whatever. But what I'm saying is just think of this thing as a back and forth, back and forth. You can control it. You can make that detox work for you. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be painful. Like I always say, get the mentality out of your head that this is this is a diet. You've got to have discipline. You have to restrict yourself. There has to be pain going through it. It doesn't. This is a natural way of eating. And if you put a little time, and before I say this, I realize I probably have more time to think about this than others, but if you actually put a little bit of time, a little bit of observation and awareness into what you're eating, you can intuitively figure all this stuff out. And you can, listen to your body as you're going, be very aware of how everything you're doing affects your body. Write these things down, if you're feeling a certain way and you add a certain food in, write that down. Write that down, because that slowed down the detox. But don't let the detox stop you. Don't let the detox become this never-ending thing. Use it, but understand how to use it. And once you kind of understand like what foods, once you understand moving up this healing pyramid, like this is some basic information. I'm not saying like memorize it, and if you search healing pyramid, you'll come up with, 100 different versions of it. So I'm not saying go and memorize any one version, but if you will use this basic knowledge and the principle behind going up that healing pyramid, and the dropping of certain foods gives more cleansing, gives more detox, gives more healing, that will just help you with your diet overall across the board. So anyhow, hope that helped a little bit. If you like this one, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.